Okay, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure having you with us once again. And with us we have Ziva. Ziva is a member of the board of the London Muslim Mosque. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, Ziva, why don't you tell us a little bit about the committees of the London Muslim Mosque?
So at the London Muslim Mosque, we have many active committees. We have very many dedicated volunteers who are part of those committees. We have the social committee, who's been very active throughout the years. Consistently over the past decade or so, they've been continuously organizing events. Probably like one event every month or so. They have a couple of major events that bring in lots of people to the mosque, and one of the major events coming up is the Multicultural Bazaar.
The Multicultural Bazaar, yeah, we're going to have one of the members of the social committee talking later, and she's going to explain to us what is the bazaar about. Now, how is I know you're part of the outreach committee. How the committees work together? How is the liaison between them?
Well, for example, we try to support each other. When it comes to our events, we'll help each other. We'll promote it within our circles or with the people that we know. For example, the outreach committee, we work with Muslims that are new to the community. So when the social committee has a brunch or any type of event, a dinner or anything, we'll try to bring the newer Muslims coming out to the event, so they can socialize and get to know the community. And at the same time, we have members of the social committee who help the outreach committee when we have events as well. So for example, last year when the Multicultural Bazaar took place, at the same time, simultaneously, the outreach committee offered tours of the mosque. So that was a nice experience, because we have many people coming to the bazaar who are not Muslim, and it's a nice way for them to get to know us better.
Yeah, so it's very, very interesting and very important to stress here that the mosque is not closed only to Muslims. They want to open the doors to people that are from other faiths, just to know each other and to share the cultures and the beliefs. And how does that goal from the mosque?
The mosque is very open to that. The mosque always welcomes anybody to come on in and get to know us. So we do offer tours of the mosque. We often have schools coming in, university students, high school students coming in with their classes and touring the facilities. We have members from the multi-faith community coming in. So we've had church groups and so forth. Different anybody who requests to see the mosque, we're open and willing to do that. Yeah. And we ourselves were always reaching out to other communities as well.
So now that the bazaar is coming, mm-hmm. The bazaar is also open to the whole community.
Yes, it brings in thousands of people. I know there's like excitement in the air around the time of the bazaar, because the social committee has been so wonderful at it. They organize it very nicely. They include the many many representatives of different countries that are involved in the mosque. So this year there are 20 countries that are involved, setting up booths and offering a flavor of their cultures, and it's a unique opportunity to get a taste of international cuisine, in one spot.
Okay, Ziva, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're going to go for a small break, and we come back, we continue at the Muslim View. We're here at the London Muslim Mosque with Dordana. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be on your show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, Dordana, we invite Dordana to be in the show because we want you to tell us what is happening at the mosque.
Well, we are all excited. I'm happy to share this information with you. Our annual multicultural bazaar. It's one of its kind. It's all the different communities from different cultures and backgrounds coming in together, and it's basically about food. We different countries represent their culture and their food basically, and the food is for sale. I must say, it's not like you can taste a little bit like as a sample, but yes, the food would be on sale from different countries, and we have almost about 18 countries representing on that day.
Okay, what is the procedure of this bazaar going to?
The procedure would be like, let's say the guests come in the foyer and at London Muslim Mosque. They have to pay money to get the coupons, and then it's up to them. As I said, there are 18 stations, 18 countries, so they can just select and choose where they want to spend their coupon, and yep, then they can buy the food from all these countries. Yeah.
Okay, Jordana, so we know that the event has the content basically is a social, is to put together the community, to share the customs, not only with Muslims or Arabic, is with the whole community.
Oh yes, I mean it's not just like countries from Middle Eastern background, but we have Southeast Asian countries representing Southeast Asia. We have countries from Far East, like Indonesia is it's a part of our team too, and of course like other regions of Middle East. And it's not just like for just one community. It's for our neighbors. It's for anybody who would like to enjoy and come out and have be a part of the community and be a part of social event. Yeah, it's been happening, and we do get lots of people, not just from our faith, but from other community, other ethnicities as well.
Yeah, that's our tradition dance. We call it Al-Arda Al-Najdiyya. So it's from the capital city of Saudi Arabia, and it's a dance. As you can see, they ask God to save the country and to save the people and to save the land. That's the wording of the dance itself. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
So we're going to go for a small break and we continue the Muslim view.
Okay, thank you.
Just one part of their identity. We're a whole other person beyond just what we cover our hair with. So many of us have professions that we're very proud of, that we work in, whether we're doctors, lawyers, business professionals, teachers. We have that aspect of our identity. Many of us associate ourselves with what the roles that we play within our families and our communities, as mothers, daughters, sisters, community activists, role models, leaders, that type of thing. And so I think if there was a message that I could give out, is that the hijab is just one aspect of who we are. We choose to cover ourselves much in the same way that you choose to wear a dress shirt, or whether you choose to wear ripped jeans. It's just another form of who you are and identifying yourself. It is also a very important part of our religion. It is one part of our faith. Whether you choose to wear it or not is a kind of a personal part of your personal journey, but it's still, like I said, just one facet of so many other things.
How Islam look at the family. Family in Islam is very important elements, and if you see that through the books of scholars and those who were driven from the verses of the Quran and the teaching of our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, we can see the family that's really take way pages explaining how the family structures has to be performed, and how the family has to be active, and also to build the strong family. And therefore you will see that talking about family laws and family structures in the books of Muslim scholars, it's take more than even talk about prayers and other worship of act of worships. So it's a beginning. It starts from the beginning when the marriage took place. When the marriage took place, that the husband and the wife has to choose themselves on some basis, that the husband has to be religiously devoted, and also he should choose a woman that's religiously also devoted, that the message can go smoothly to the kids, and they don't need to tell them to pray. They don't need to tell them to fast. They don't need to tell them to wear hijab. That in my case as a father, I did not have I did not do that. So, because my wife was deeply religious family, she belonged to a religious family, and also from our sides. So when we take care about our kids, we prayed in the house and we fast, and we practice the simple Islamic practices that everyone's doing, and we did not have we did not tell them is to wear the hijab. When she reached, my daughter, especially Rihab now, when she reached the age of puberty, she came to me and she said, "Dad, I'm going to wear the hijab." This was smoothly, and it's not forced. Because in the end of the day, as Sister Sarah said in the beginning, if you force someone to do something, this will be against the sincerity, that you're not doing it for God, you're doing it for your dad. And if you're doing it for your dad, or if you're doing it for your mom, it's not going to be accepted, because God only accepts whatever you do for him. You don't do it for others. If I'm praying only to be seen that I'm praying, or if I'm paying zakat only to be seen I'm a generous, or if I'm learning Islam only to be called as a scholar, then this will be against me in the day of resurrection. So it won't help me. So when it's going to help me? By educating our kids. What you're doing for the sake of God, and you have to practice what God's telling us exactly in his book. And if we do that, then we will be safe in the day of accountability.
Can we say that it's a normal way to do it? Normally in all the Muslims, the Muslim families, that's the way it works?
So I think there's, growing up in Canada, it was very important for me to express myself in terms of my culture and my religion, and to separate it. So my religion is Islam, and I follow certain practices within that. And then my culture is being an Arab Canadian. I grew up in a household where my parents were immigrants, and so they have a lot of Arabic traditions. We see that sometimes the hijab is an element of both religion and culture for some people. The religion of Islam believes that things should be done based on the person's decision in their own sincerity. And that's how it is with the hijab. So as we talk about on this panel, we talk about how it's a choice that a woman should make for herself. We do see that sometimes there's cultural practices where they believe that the family comes to that decision for you, or that because you're part of a certain community that you must abide by certain things, whether that be the hijab or whether it be other things, certain marriage practices, that type of thing. So if we kind of make that divide, we can then say that religiously it should entirely be a choice that the woman makes. However, culturally, sometimes there's other noise in that some families or that some people practice in terms of their understanding of the hijab and how it should be enforced. So you see these very stereotypical stories that we hear of the fact that, it was probably her father or her brothers who forced her to wear the hijab. Honestly, when I was trying to think of if I can think of anybody who has fallen under that, out of all of my groups of friends, and I do have many, many Muslim friends who are from very different cultures, I actually don't know a single one who has been forced to wear it.
Imam, what do you think about the reaction of the community? Because the community is being divided. We know there's Islamophobia going on, and there's people who are just pro-Islam. So what do you think about it?
I would really have two suggestions, one to our community and one to the outside community. To our community is to engage more in all civil aspects, to help in different areas, and to succeed in all their fields, because we do have doctors, we do have engineers, we do have lawyers who are well equipped, who are well knowledgeable, and Muslims also have now the mayor of London, England, who's a Muslim. So we can also interact in a society positively, is to really let the others see what is the true Islam is, and not to take it from the media only. To the outside community, I would really also suggest that that this discrimination and racism, it exists. And it exists in many societies. So we believe the Canadians are, our society, Canada, this mosaic, this beautiful country, it's based on this understanding. So the awareness among the Canadians through their agencies that need to be uplifted. And we should not allow racism and discrimination against any groups to exist, because if it exists, then this is really, it's damaging to our image in the world. Canada has a wonderful image in the world because of eliminating discrimination and racism. We do have it, but the level of it decreased in years before, but now it seems is increasing against Muslims. So we need to really stop that, and we need to educate our society. This is unacceptable, and this is what Islam came to tell us. There is no difference between white and black, and no difference between yellow and red, and no difference between Arabs and non-Arabs, except to piety. So people should not be judged according to their colors, according to their religion, according to their ethnic backgrounds, according to their gender even. So they should be really, people have to be responsible for their actions in terms of if they're really against the law of the country. So then we have to work together to eliminate the racism and discrimination on all levels.
The only issue maybe that I had is that because I actually took that decision before coming to Canada. So when I came to Canada here, I didn't second guess myself. I didn't want to take it off, but it was a little bit hard of all the questions of people asking me, why are you wearing it when you're so young? And then all the other beautiful questions that people ask. Like, I had legit people ask me, do you actually have hair? Like, are you wearing this because you're bald? And it's, of course, it's not because of that. It's because I love the hijab, and it's something in my nature, and I think it's just become a part of me.
Do you think it's fair for women to be treated like that, as you mentioned, just because he's wearing a hijab?
I don't. Of course, nobody is. It's not fair for anybody to treat anybody differently because of the way they look or the way they choose to wear whatever they're wearing. I think everybody should be treated equally. I definitely don't treat anyone else who's not wearing the hijab differently because they're not wearing a hijab.
Why do you think people are treating that is happening? What?
I think it's because of Islamophobia, basically, and I think people are afraid of what they don't know. So I think if we educate people on why we're wearing, why we're actually wearing the hijab and why we're actually dressed this way and what Islam is all about, they would maybe get to an understanding where they're not afraid of it. But I think it's our role to educate people and let them know that why we wear it, and that's why we did the panel today, which was very good. I really enjoyed the talk of all the panel members. They were amazing. And I think we should do more shows like that and go around in the community and integrate more in the community so that they would understand. And if they have any questions, they should just come and ask us, right?